मेरे को दीजिए बैंकिंग है
ये बोल रहा हूँ ना कौन का हो अरे कौन का साउंड सुनी रिकॉर्डिंग साउंड सुनी ठीक है उन्होंने जो मोशन चेक कर जो तो
कौन है
चेक कर लो हाँ तो बोलो मुझे बहुत होता है ये बोला आपसे कुछ ये तो कुछ तेरा अपना तुम देख लो बस
जैसे जो प्रेस किया
नहीं नहीं जस्ट किल जस्ट किल ना बोलिए ऐसी करोगे तीन कर क्या रहती दोस्त की
स्टार्टिंग्स स्टार्टिंग्स
Good afternoon, welcome to VANIK-IAS. We will discuss current affairs of 22nd September and first is objective questions. Okay. Consider the following statements regarding prompt corrective action (PCA). It is a framework under which banks with weak financial metrics put under watch by the government. Yes, banks with weak financial metrics they will put under watch by the government. Right? This is right. It aims to check problem of non-performing assets in Indian banking sector. The problem of non-performing asset in Indian banking sector. Yes, NPA means if a particular entity or particular individual is not paying his his installment, banking installment for 90 days, then it will be considered as NPA, right? So to check the non-performing asset, NPA is also called as bad loans. In Indian banking sector, we have prompt corrective action. This is action by RBI, right? Prompt corrective action. This is action by RBI, right? That is for what in the objective is supervisory intervention. Right? Supervisory intervention. In case of supervisory intervention, in case of any problem that bank suffers, right? ECA is intended to help alert the regulator only the depositor if a bank is heading for a trouble, right? Alert the regulator and only the depositor if a bank is heading towards trouble. So all the statements are right here. 1, 2, 3, all the statements are right regarding prompt corrective action, right? So it stops a particular bank to go to suffer from NPA crisis. Okay. What is capital adequacy ratio? Similar term is also, that is capital adequacy ratio. What is capital adequacy ratio? It is the ratio between, right? Capital adequacy ratio. It is the ratio between capital to risk weighted assets. Capital to risk weighted what assets? Risk weighted assets, right, of a bank. That is capital adequacy ratio. Okay. This also signifies the healthy, signifies about a particular bank whether it is healthy or not. Next question: how different is the PM Care Fund from PM National Relief Fund? The PM Care is an all kinds natural disaster, where PM Cares Fund specially for meant for COVID-19. No, PM Care is not specially for COVID-19. It's like similar type of crisis, not only for COVID-19, right? It is not for specially for COVID-19. So past statement is wrong. PM NRF is all kind of natural disasters, and this is also emergency crisis. PM CARES is like the emergency crisis. PM NRF is managed by a committee which is included the Prime Minister and the Congress President. No, this is wrong. Congress President is not included. It is included by the Prime Minister, Defense Minister, and Finance Minister. The PM, Defense Minister, and Finance Minister. They are the members of the PM Cares Fund, and Prime Minister is the chairman. Right. So second statement is wrong. National. So PM National Relief Fund get budget and support. No, NRF that also do not get the budget and support. Right. It is also based on the donation by individuals or private companies. PNR and NRF also do not get any such budgetary contribution. Right. So all the statements are incorrect. Also, the following statements with regard to Foreign Exchange Management Act. Foreign Exchange Management Act 1990. Under FEMA, there is no need for pre-approval of Enforcement Directorate to carry out forex transactions. No need of any pre-approval. Yes, there is no need to carry out forex transactions. Under Foreign Exchange Management Act, pre-approval permission required. No. For any foreign transactions, pre-approval is not required. Right. So R only is the answer. You can make any foreign transaction without taking any permission from the foreign exchange from FEMA authorities, right? That is from the Enforcement Directorate. Which of the following act statutorily mandated to enforce Enforcement Directorate, right? Okay. See, Enforcement Directorate, there are various acts, statutory acts that gives the power to Enforcement Directorate. It acts regarding foreign exchange or foreign transactions, money laundering, all these things. First is conservation of foreign exchange and prevention of smuggling activities, right? Conservation of foreign exchange and prevention of smuggling activities. That is CO COFEPESA, right? COFEPESA. This is right. This gives especially this prevents smuggling, right? Next, Foreign Exchange Management Act, FEMA Act 1999. It also gives power to Enforcement Directorate. Right. foreign exchange. Next is yes, this framework this facilitates the external trade and payments, right? So two is also right. Then Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2022. In case of money laundering, which is a big offense, that is, but according to Money Laundering Act, it will be more than the punishment will be more than 7 years, right? Money Laundering Act 2002. Then Fugitive Economic Offenders Act 2018, FEOA. Fugitive Economics Offenders Act, FEOA. That also it started in 2018 in case of those people who are getting off-road just because they are not paying their banking loan without clearing their banking loan. For those, for example, Vijay Malla, this is fugitive or Nirav Modi fugitive. For those people, Economic Offenders Act is implemented. So all the above statements are right. Which of the following are associated with National Highways 1? National Highways 1, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, Bihar, and West Bengal. All the statements are right regarding National Highway 1. Right. National Highway 1, it is about, so it goes through Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, Bihar, West Bengal. All the are right. Right. This is Ganga. National Highway 1 is the Ganga Bhagirathi Hooghly River. Ganga Bhagirathi Hooghly River. This is National Highway 1. Right. Hooghly River, National Highway 1, it passes through UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, and West Bengal. These four countries. D is the answer. Okay. What is National Highway 2? National Highway 2. No, National Waterway 2. National Waterway 2, it is first, it is in Brahmaputra River. First is Ganga River, second is Brahmaputra River. Brahmaputra River. Right. That is from Dhubri to Satia. National Waterway in Waterway 3, NW3. That is West Coast Canal. West Coast Canal. Waterway 4. That is related to River Krishna. Right. Developed stays from Muktiala to River Krishna. Waterway 10. Waterway 10 is Amba River. Amba River Waterway 10. Right. Narmada River Waterway 70. National Water 73. This is Narmada River. And National Waterway 100. This is Tapi River. Okay, so these are the national waterways. Recently, scale application they often mentioned in the news is related to which of the following scale application. It is related to develop startup ecosystem across the country for scaling, learning, assessment, employment needs of the leather industry, learning app under PM Sri Yojana. Daily order plot for street vendors in metro cities. What is scale? Right. Scale is for skill certification assessment for leather industries. That is scale off. For leather industries, skilling, learning, and assessment and employment needs of leather industry. So B is the answer. It is hosted by yes. Which of the following? With reference to Asia Pacific Institute of Broadcasting Development (AIBD), Asia Pacific Institute of Broadcasting and Development (AIBD). Consider the following statements. It is hosted by Malaysian government. Yes, AIBD is hosted by Malaysian government. It is hosted by Malaysian government. Its secretary is in Kuala Lumpur. AIBD, Asia Pacific Institute of Broadcasting Development Secretariat is in Kuala Lumpur. Right, and it is hosted by government of Malaysia. It was established under 1977 under the auspices of UNESCO. Right, UNESCO has established it. Headquarters is Kuala Lumpur and India is full-time member to it, so all the statements are right regarding Asia Pacific Institute of Broadcasting and Development. Next, please. Consider the following statements with respect to global resistance of fossil fuels. Global resistance of fossil fuels. It is a global registry for fossil fuels. It is a first of its kind database for tracking world's fossil fuel production, reserves, and emission. Yes, this is right. It is a first of it for tracking the world's fossil fuel production, reserves, and emission. The registry has been developed by United Nations Environmental Program. This is not developed by United Nations Environmental Program. It was launched by Carbon Tracker. And Global Energy Monitor. It is launched by Carbon Tracker and Global Energy Monitor. Recently, a wild Arctic wolf was successfully cloned for the first time in the world. Arctic wolf. Arctic wolf is successfully cloned in the first time in the world. That is named as Maya. Maya is the name of Arctic wolf by scientists of country that is China. Right. China has made successful. That is in Beijing. Right. They have successfully cloned Arctic wolf. The name of the wolf is called as Maya. "1990 strategy often mentioned in the news is related to which of the following is? It is related to AIDS. 1990 strategy, it is related to AIDS. That means 90% of those who are HIV positive country know their status. Right? Because problem with HIV is that many times people are not aware about the thing that they are suffering from HIV. Right? So 90% of those who are HIV positive in the country know their status. And 90% they know their status that they are in HIV. Know their status. That is the objective, right? And 90% of who know their status, they should get the treatment. 90% those who are on treatment experience, there should be effective viral load suppression, right? There should be effective viral load suppression. This is 1990 strategy. That is in case of AIDS. Remember, AIDS is the third stage or the highest stage of HIV. The difference between HIV and AIDS, right? HIV is human immunodeficiency virus. Human immunodeficiency virus. That is HIV. Okay, next. Which of the following is the cause of solar eruption? See, nuclear fusion, cause of solar eruption. Solar eruption means massive burst of electromagnetic radiation. massive burst of electromagnetic radiation. Right. So this solar eruption, region in solar eruption is nuclear fusion, because nuclear fusion process that occurs in some, right, in which nuclear fusion means two smaller nuclei, they form bigger nuclei plus energy. That is nuclear fusion, and that causes solar eruptions. B is the answer. Consider the following statements regarding Cholo Empire. Cholo Empire is their capital was Urayur, and Aro was their emblem. Capital was Urayur, that is right. Puhar was the port city of Chola Empire. Yes, Chola Empire has Pumpar as the port city. Right. Cholas, they ruled from 18th century to 12th century AD. Right. They are the Cholas in the southern India. In the long, and they are one of the longest ruling dynasties in the southern India. Right. In 9th century, they have defeated the Pallavas. Cholas defeated Pallavas and came to power. Okay. First, these Pallavas, then Cholas, then Pandyas arrived in the 13th century. Remember, Pandyas. Pandyas, they arrived in 13th century. Right. So Cholas, they are from 8th to 12th century. Right. They defeated the Pallavas and they ruled the southern India. Then Pandyas, they came in 13th century. And the arrow was not their emblem. In case of Cholas Empire, it is tiger. Tiger was their emblem. So 2 is the answer. So here please answer it is wrong. So 1 and 3 is the answer. Right. The capital was Udaipur. There is tiger was the emblem of Cholas. And in case of Cheras, it's arrow. Arrow was the emblem of Cheras. What is the emblem of Pandyas? They have an emblem of fish. Pandyas are the emblem of fish. This is regarding Chola Empire. Chola architecture is called as Dravidian style. Yes, they are Dravidian style architecture. Dravidian temples are surrounded by high boundary walls. Yes, they are surrounded by high boundary walls. We have three types of temple architecture. Right. One is Nagara style of temple architecture, and second is Dravidian style of temple architecture. Third is the Besar school of temple architecture. Nagara style basically they belongs to northern India. Nagara style northern India. Dravida style that belongs to southern India. Right. And Besar style of temple architecture, they belongs to both Nagara, and that is the combination of Nagara plus Dravida. Nagara plus Dravida, that is Besar school of temple architecture. Right. Remember, in case of Nagara school of temple architecture, Do not have elaborate boundary walls. Do not have elaborate boundary walls. That is in case of Nagara. But in case of Dravida, it is surrounded by high boundary walls. That is Dravida school of architecture. So, those walls of Salt Temple decorated mythical animals called Yajhi. So, all the statements are right regarding the Chola Empire. Go. Next question. Charminar was built by Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah. Influence of Hindi architecture has been seen in the Charminar. Yes. Charminar was built by the fifth ruler of Qutub Shahi dynasty. Dynasty is Qutub Shahi dynasty. Right, Qutub Shahi dynasty. The influence of Hindu architecture can be seen. The influence of Hindu architecture, yes, can be seen in it. So, statement is or statement. So, those statements are right regarding Charminar. Remember, it is emblem of Telangana. It's an emblem of Telangana government. It is situated in the near the Musi River. Musi River is present near Charminar. So, one and two options are right. With regards to great adjutant stock, great adjutant stock, following the statements is known as Hargila. It is present in Assam and Bihar. It is present in Assam or Bihar. It is listed as vulnerable in the IUCN list, IUCN conservation list. Great adjutant stock, or they are also called as Garuda or great adjutant stock. Okay. Its IUCN status is not vulnerable; it's endangered. IUCN status is endangered. So these three is right. This is wrong. One and two answer right. It present Assam and Bihar, and Harjila is the name of great Argentine stock. Okay. So the objective question in this question over here. Now we will discuss some main topic. First some prelims topic. That is Asia Pacific broadcasting development. The 47th Asia AVID Annual Gathering, 20th AVID General Conference and Association Meeting held in New Delhi. India's presidency of the prestigious Asia Pacific Institute of Broadcasting and Development (AVID) has been extended by one more year. So India's presidency is extended by 1 year. It is going to be held at New Delhi. It is going to be held at New Delhi, right, in 2022. The Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcasting Development (AVID) is established in 1977 under the auspices of UNESCO. Right, under UNESCO it was established. AVID is a unique regional intergovernmental organization serving countries of the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific in the field of electronic media development. It is a unique regional and intergovernmental organization servicing countries of the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and Pacific, the field of electronic media development. Electronic media development is work in the Asia Pacific region. Its secretary is situated in the Kuala Lumpur and is hosted by government of Malaysia. It is hosted by government of Malaysia and its secretary is Kuala Lumpur. Right. It's Asia Pacific Institute of Broadcasting Development. AVID is meant to achieve a vibrant, cohesive electronic media environment in the Asia Pacific region. Right? Vibrant and cohesive electronic media, electronic media, electronic media environment in the Asia Pacific region. The International Telecommunication Union (ITU), the United Nations UNDP, ITU, Education UNESCO, and ABU are founding organizations of the institute, and they are non-voting members of General Conference. The broadcasters from 26 countries in the Asia Pacific region, including India, are full members of the organization. India is a full member of AVID. Right. India was elected the president of the Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcasting Development in 2018 for the duration of two years. India hosted the Governing Council meeting GC 1970 and the latest in 2022. Next, Indo-Bangladesh Protocol Route (IBPR), the country's longest cruise river between Varanasi and Uttar Pradesh, Bogeyville in Assam, will begin from early 2023, said the Minister of Ports, Shipping and Waterways. The country's longest river cruise service that will be between Uttar Pradesh and Assam. Right. India and Bangladesh have a long-standing time-shared protocol of transit and trade through inland waterways with both countries. For the both countries, inland waterways has been agreed since a long time. Protocol which first signed 1972, immediate after the independence of Bangladesh, is a reflection of shared history of friendship between the two countries. So, right, this Bangladesh has signed just after the independence. In 1971, Bangladesh got independence. It was last renewed in 2015, 5 years with the provisions of its automatic renewal for the period of 5 years, giving long-term assurance to various stockholders. Long-term assurance to various stockholders is given to. It is given by India Bangladesh Protocol Board, that is IBPR. Just a second. Okay. Next. There are around 10 routes under Indo-Bangladesh Protocol (IBP). There are around 10 routes for transport. Right. The protocol routes uses National Waterway 1, that is Ganga, that is from Bhagirathi Ganga and Hooghly, and National Waterway 2, Brahmaputra. On the Indian side, presently there are 6 ports called each in each India and Bangladesh under protocol. 5 more ports of call and 2 more extended ports of call have been added. Increase the number of total 11 ports of call and 2 extended ports of call in each country. Right. So these are added to. So National Waterway 1, that is Ganga Waterway, and Brahmaputra Waterway, that is added to in Indo-Bangladesh Protocol route, that is IBPR. Right. Signed in 1972. Okay. Next question. This is National Waterway. This is National Waterway 1. Right. This is National Waterway 1. From this is Varanasi and this is Ganga River. Right. These are Ganga River. This is right. This is again. It is Haldia. It comes to Haldia in West Bengal. Right. And then is go to, and this is your Brahmaputra River. This is National Waterway 2. Right. So there are these two waterways. They form the routes between India and Bangladesh. Under this protocol, inland vessels of both the countries can ply on the designated protocol route and dock or at ports for caller in the each country. So trade can be done by the inland vessels. There has been significant improvement in the movement of cargo vessel on an organized manner on the protocol route, right? Carrying both the transit cargo to northeast region of India and vice versa, and export cargo to Bangladesh. Right? So this is very significant so far as export of cargo to Bangladesh and carrying cargo vessels in organized manner between India and Bangladesh. The Indian transit cargo is mainly coal, fly ash, right? Coal and ODC over power projects in the northeastern region. Coal, fly ash, coal and ODC. Other potential cargo movements are fertilizers, cement, food grains, agricultural products, contained cargo. Right. So coal, fly ash, fertilizers, cement, food grains, agricultural products. These are especially these are the cargoes in the national waterways. Okay. Next is PM Care Fund. What is PM Care Fund? Why this is in news? Because PM chairs meeting of board of trustees of PM Care Fund. Board of trustees of PM Care Fund, because the Gautam Tata recently got the appointment as a trustee of PM Care Fund. It was established in March 2002. Why? Because COVID pandemic was there, right? And in COVID pandemic situation was very difficult. There was huge need for various medical instruments. So that's why government was in need in both help from various private sectors, public sector was required to develop the health infrastructure. That's why government has started the PM Care Fund. The objective of PM Care Fund is to undertake, yes, it has been registered as a public charitable trust, right? It's a trust. Remember, it's not a government body, it's a trust. To undertake the support or relief or assistance or any kind of related to public health emergency or any other kind of emergency or public emergency, calamity or distress, either man-made or natural. Any calamity or distress or man-made or natural, creating upgradation of healthcare and pharmaceutical facilities, other necessary infrastructure, funding relevant research and other type of support. All these things can be done by PM Care Fund. To render financial assistance, provide grants or payments of money or any stops may be deemed necessary for the Board of Trustees to affect the population. Right. So many times we now, because of climate change and in case of India, we see as we have a huge geographical diversity, we see many problems in different regions. Suddenly there may be avalanches in the Himalayan region, there may be other problems in the Himalayan region, there is drought, there is flood, there is cyclone, there is earthquake. So any type of public health emergency, if any type of arises, then that money can be spent from the PM Cares Fund. Okay. To undertake any other activity, this is not inconsistent with the above objects. To undertake any other activity, this is not inconsistent with the above objects. Prime Minister, the ex officio chairman, yes, he is the chairman of the PM Cares Fund. Minister of Defence and Minister of Home Affairs, Minister of Finance, Government of India are ex officio trustees of the fund. The chairperson of the Board of Trustees shall have the power to nominate the three trustees to the board or the trustees who shall be eminent persons in the field of research, health, science, social work, law, public administration, and philanthropy. Right. So, the Prime Minister can nominate three persons to the Board of Trustees. Any person appointed a trustee shall act in a pro bono capacity. That means he can act in his own capacity in the interest of the people. The fund consists entirely voluntary contributions from the individual organization and does not get any budgetary support. Remember, PM Care Fund will not get any budgetary support. Right. So these contributions are voluntary, right? So that's why there is, as there is no government money is used, that's why our government resources or budgetary supports are not used. So there is CAG is the CAG will not audit uh, the PM Care Fund, right? Or RTI is not applicable. Donation to PM Cares Fund would qualify for 80G. For qualified 80, that is 100% exemption under the Income Tax Act of 1961. 100% exemption under the Income Tax Act of 1961. Donation to PM Cares Fund will also qualify to be counted as corporate social responsibility. CSR expenditure under the Companies Act 2013. CSR expenditure, right? Those companies whose turnover is around 100, turnover is 100,000 crore, 1000 crore, right? Or profit is more than 5 crore. They have to spend 2% of their annual profit, 2% of their profit as CSR fund, that is corporate social responsibility, in the surrounding areas, in the peripheral areas, for the society they will spend, that is called as CSR. And it can be calculated as a CSR expenditure as well. So the particular company is not spending that much of money in their vicinity, they can deposit the same amount in the corporate social responsibility or CSR fund. Okay. PM Care Fund has also got exemption under FCRA and a separate account for receiving foreign donations has been opened. Separate account for receiving foreign donations have been opened. The trust deed of PM Cares Fund has been registered under the registration of 1908. Registration of 1908. So PM Care Fund is a trust where executive chairman is Prime Minister. It can act in any emergency. There will no requirement of any type of budgetary support to the PM Care Funds, and the Defense Minister, Finance Minister, they are the ex officio trustees, right? And it will qualify 80G benefits for 100% exemption under the Income Tax Act of 1961. Okay. Then next some other funds. National Disaster Response Fund (NDRF). It was established under National Disaster Management or DM Act of 2005. Yes, National Disaster Management Act of 2005. NDRF is mandated to be accountable and answerable under RTI Act, being a public authority. RTI public authority is a government and government under government of India, right? NDRF it will be accountable under RTI Act, right? This is auditable by Comptroller and Auditor General of India, Article 168, right? Article 168, sorry, 148 that enshrines about Comptroller and Auditor General of India, right? So, National Disaster Fund, it is auditable by the CAG, as the money is given by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. The DM Act provided for a disaster response fund, state and district level funds beside the national level, right? State and district levels. So DM Act, this National Disaster Management Act, it provides a national fund for disaster management, right? It provides a state fund and it provides for the district level fund for disaster management, right? And based on their potential of disaster in different districts, because disaster do not happen in all districts, do not happen in all areas. So those areas are identified, and capacity building, deployment of forces, all these things are being done in those areas, right? So three fronts are three levels: are district level, and then at state level, and then is at the national level. Prime Minister Relief Fund, Prime Minister National Relief Fund (PNNRF) was set up in January 1948 originally to accept public contributions for the assistance of partition defeat refugees. Right? PMNRF, it was set up 1948 January, because of partition, various refugees, those refugees means those who are earlier living in Pakistan, earlier living in undivided India. Now when they get shifted to India, they are leaving all their properties in Pakistan. Right? So to give assistance to those people, Prime Minister National Relief Fund was created. It is now used to provide immediate relief to the families of those killed in natural calamities and victims of major accidents and riots, and support medical expenses associated after victims and others. Right? Provide immediate relief to those killed in natural calamities, victims of major accidents, riots, and acid attack victims. These are Prime Minister National Relief Fund. PMNRF was originally managed by a committee which included a Prime Minister and his deputy, Finance Minister, Congress President, representative of Tata Trustees, and an industry representative. Right. So, it is managed by a committee including Prime Minister, his deputy, Finance Minister, Congress President, representative of Tata Trustees, and industry representative. However, 1985 committee entrusted entire management of the uh, yes. Enter management fund to the Prime Minister, who currently is the sole discretion for the fund of dispersal. So, where dispersal is concerned, Prime Minister has the sole discretion of the fund. A joint secretary in the PMO administers the fund on an honorary basis. States have also similar chief minister's relief fund. PMNRI provides annual donation expenditure information without any detailed breakup. Right? Annual donation and expenditure information. Next, prompt corrective or prompt corrective action. What is this prompt corrective action? Prompt corrective action. RBI has initiated the scheme of prompt corrective action (PCA) in 2002. In early 2018, there is 12 banks under PCA framework. Of these, 11 were PSBs, that is, public sector banks. Due to recapitalization and corrective measures, there are only 6 banks under PCA framework as March 2019. Recapitalization corrective. Why it is news? RBI removed Central Bank of India from PCA framework. It is a prompt corrective action. It is initiated in 2002 and 2018 there are 12 banks under PCA framework. Now 11 are PSBs. Why? Because especially public sector banks, they are suffering from the problem of NPA. That's why they are kept under PCA, that is prompt corrective action. Because if a particular is there, chances that there is NPA, that is non-performing asset. Some of the banks whose risk-weighted assets become too higher, that risk up to 10%, even more than 8 to 10%. So in those cases, around 12 banks are came under PCA framework, which are suffering the problem of NPA crisis or bad loan problem. Right? Prompt corrective action or PCA is a framework under which financial institutions and weak financial metrics are put under watch by RBI. PCA is a norm of supervisor tool and imposed when banks breaches certain regulatory threshold. Right? When certain regulatory threshold is reached by the banks, RBI takes the control, take the regulation because we are under PCA. Because if otherwise it can suffer the crisis of NPA or other things. Until now, RBI imposed on PCA only on banks. For the first time, PCA is expanded to NBFCs. That is non-banking financial companies. Non-banking financial companies, although they are not regulated by RBI, they are regulated by Companies Act, still PCA for the first time framework is extended to non-banking financial companies, NBFCs. The moves comes out in the wake of large NBFCs such as ILFS, DHFL, Sri Group, Reliance Capital getting into financial trouble in the last few years. The PCA framework for NBFC comes into effect from October 1, 2022, based on their financial position and on and after March 31, 2002. The framework will apply to all deposit takings NBFCs. Excluding government companies, all deposit taking NBFCs in the middle, upper and top layers. It is a welcome move. It will stop bad lenders from getting from going course rather than browsing the issue aside. So that will create a problem for the bad lenders. Right? That means those lenders who are creating the NPS issues, they will not be allowed with the more scrutiny from the RBI. When a bank is kept under PCA framework. Safer NBFC will translate the safer overall financial system, right? Because banking system is the backbone of our economic system, economy. So banking system need to be regularized properly. If there is any threat to banking system, then that will be a threat to the whole economy, right? The PCA framework for NBFC will be reviewed after 3 years. Central Bank will track 3 indicators, that is capital to risk weighted assets ratio (CRAR), capital to risk weighted asset ratio. Is bank available capital expressed as a percentage of bank's risk-weighted capital exposures. Right? Average capital to the risk-weighted capital. Tier and leverage ratio. It is the relationship between banking organization's core capital and its total assets. Tier and leverage ratio. Banking organization's core capital and its total assets. That is the tier and leverage ratio. Non-performing assets, including non-performing investments, NPR loans for which principal or interest payment remain overdue for a period of 90 days. That will be considered as an NPA. In case of core investment companies (CIC), the RBI will track adjusted net worth aggregate risk-weighted assets, leverage ratio, and NNPAs, including NPIs, breach of any three risk thresholds under the above mentioned indicators could result in invocation of PCA. Right? If NNPA or NPA issue arises, then this PCA or prompt corrective actions can be taken by the RBI. They can take slight regulation of those banks which are in crisis, which are in potential crisis of NPA. Okay. What are the distinguishing features of notions of right to equality in Constitution of USA and India? Right to equality in the Constitution of USA and India. USA is the oldest democracy of the world. India is the largest democracy of the world. Right? They are both are democratic culture. They are based on federalism, right? We have a quasi-federal structure. Quasi-federal structure means in case of India, there is no strict separation of power like US, right? In US, there is strict separation of power between the center and the states. So federalism is more stronger in case of United States, but in case of India, the federalism is not that much so stronger. Okay, so that is the federalism structure, right? We have overlap, for example, we have concurrent lists. In some areas where state will make law, if the same areas center make laws, then law made by center will prevail, right? Such situation that's why we call as quasi federalism. We have also official governor. We have also, for example, there is various grants to the central government. Many things are controlled by the central government. That's why it's based on federalism. A democracy can only thrive and flourish when individuals in the society are treated equally without discrimination. Democracy can only thrive and flourish when individuals in the society are treated equally without discrimination. Thus, it was necessary to incorporate provision in the Constitution to remove the hurdle of existing social economic inequalities and enable the diverse communities to enjoy the rights and liberties guaranteed in the Constitution. To remove the hurdle in the existing social inequalities. There is various there is social inequality between various sections of the society, between various districts, between various states, between various individuals, different societies, right? So, and when there is inequality, there is lack of opportunity. They will not be able to enjoy the rights and the liberties guaranteed under the Constitution, right? They will feel inferior when there is inequality. Many times you have seen some people who belong to the lowest strata of the society, even though they have met their train tickets, they are not going to sit in their seat. They will stand or they will sit near the ashram, right? Why? This is because although they have full rights, still they do not have the courage to go and sit there. So that is what we said as there is no liberties. They are not feeling safe or they are not feeling comfortable to sit with those where there is huge inequality among the rich people. For example, the right to equality means absence of legal discrimination on the grounds of caste, race, religion, sex, place of birth, and ensure equal rights to all the citizens. Right? Discrimination on the grounds of caste, race, religion, sex, and place of birth. Place of birth means we have seen that many discrimination are faced by the northeastern students. Northeastern students, right? Discrimination, there is huge discrimination on the basis of caste, race, and religion. Caste, race, and religion, there is huge discrimination. And even it is present, right? It is present in the society. Insofar as race is concerned, yes, there is a discrimination to the different from north to the northeastern people and also to the southern people. Between there is conflict between the northern people, northern India people, and southern India people. Right? There is caste feeling among in this present among the 80% of Indian villages. There is caste feeling is present. There is huge gender inequality because there is according to World Economic Forum, the gender gap index is around 130. It is 135, which is very huge gap between men and women. So far as labor force participation is concerned, women are hardly 25% of women are working in a job sector. So there is huge inequality so far as tax is concerned. Right? That present. But states do not pursue that. There is present. Yes, it is true that there is caste system is exists in the society, but that doesn't mean the state should do that. Individual is expected to do the wrong, but a state government should not be expected to do wrong. Right to equality in India. In India, Chapter 3 and fundamental rights are added in the Constitution by Constituent Assembly. The Constitution follows the British model of equality, that is equality before law. An American model of equal protection of law, Article 14. Also provides both civil and legal other socio-economic equality. Civil, legal, other socio-economic equality. It also highlights substantive equality. Right? Equality before law, Article 14. Right? There is no discrimination on the basis of gender, sex, or religion by the state. Government do not discriminate. Right? Although discrimination exists in the society by the individuals, that is not done by the government. Fundamental right it especially opposes the government to take certain actions against the government to take certain actions against a particular individual. It is focused on ensuring equality of outcomes along with equality of opportunity. Equality of outcomes along with equality of opportunity. The right also prevents discrimination and abolishes untouchability, that is 70. Prevent discrimination and abolishes untouchability. Article 70. Right? Right to equality in the US. The original constitution didn't prevent the discrimination. US right to equality declares on the rights in the Bill of Rights. Instead of the Bill right to throw the 14th Amendment 1968. US follows equal protection of law, which highlights equal treatment under all equal circumstances. The right was majority civil and legal inequality. Right? Civil and legal inequality because in case of US, black and white, they both are not enjoying the same rights. In case of even men and women, they are not enjoying all the rights. So there is a gap between US and India. Under Article 243 also we are establishing that there is a legal right. Every citizen can be every citizen who do not have any such severe criminal backgrounds can stand in election. Okay, next question. Right to equality is considered the basic structure of the constitution. Right, basic structure of the constitution means it cannot be amended by the parliament. Right, basic structure means those structure of the constitution which cannot be amended by the parliament of India. It plays a key role in achieving socio-economic justice in our society. The upliftment of certain classes is considered necessary for our country. Upliftment of certain classes is considered necessary for our country. The emphasis on fundamental unity of individuals by providing equal opportunity to all. Basic feature of constitution means that cannot be amended by the constitution by the parliament, right? The right to equality, this is ensured by it is ensured as a basic structure of the constitution. But there is also achieving socio-economic justice in our society that is mentioned in the Guardian Principle of State Policy, Article 39. Socio-economic justice, right? That means those people who are underprivileged, they will range off to establish equality. To establish equality, state can promote a particular community that may be on the basis of caste, that may be on the basis of race, that may be on the basis of gender, so that there will be equality in the society will be established. Once one main topic is going to be discussed. More teeth and bigger muscles, it is learning arm, lengthening its arm. In 2014, from 2014 to it has invested 128 prominent politicians and arrested, questioned, graded fire against 105 major opposition leaders. By contrast, during 10 years of UPA rule, only 26 leaders were investigated during the 14 for the opposition. Since the advent of Narendra Modi, the ED has gone after politicians suspected of corruption and far greater alacrity than the central enforcement agencies. Okay, so the action of ED has become multiple in recent years. PMLA, the ED's more word are PMLA, Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Prevention of Money Laundering Act that came in 2000. Unlike laws governing other agencies, particularly CBI, PMLA allows ED to take cognizance of any offence under its wide-ranging schedule across the country with or without consent of the state governments. So, without even the consent of state governments, PMLA or CBI, they can take their action on the small employees. So, it is directly attacking the MLH. That is raiding the MLH for their extensive property. It has therefore been able to register money laundering cases against politicians and activists based on their affairs. Money laundering cases against politicians and activists based on affairs. State police forces, sometimes CBI, unable to do unless requested by the state government, or by a court or a CBC. Right? Okay. CBI has limitation. It is unable to do unless it is requested by the state government. It cannot take action, whereas ED can take action without even the consent of the state government against particular officers who are indulged in corruption. While National Investigation Agency (NIA), what is the power of NIA? That is regarding offences. Some offences that is related to terrorism. Scheduled NIA acts with this type of offences can investigation limited to dozen of offences or a dozen of offences, right? Where to prove against criminalization of politics. The schedule of PMLA, on the other hand, has increased just 6 offences in 2002. The law enacted 30 groups of offences and encompasses 170 provisions now. So it is sweeping ambit extends from serious crimes such as terrorism to the hating of wild animals, from infringement of rights of the framework of the languages. So PMLA, that is Prevention of Vulnerability Act, it is also works to stop terrorism, right? And infringement of copyright options, because if copyright is not strengthened, then innovation will decline. So you have to strengthen the copyright or patent. Patent means intellectual property right. Intellectual property means, for example, whatever you have created from your own mind or from your own company. You are making a particular medicine. Right? By making research, you should get an amount for that. That will be given by. Right? Okay. Next is the provisions of the PMLA, which will give investigators the power to arrest and attach properties, assets of the accused, impose stringent bail conditions, and make statement recorded before an investigating officer admissible to court as evidence are made more powerful than CBI. So ED has become more powerful than CBI to reduce corruption and act against corruption. Okay. So this enforcement directorate, it has become strengthened in recent years. In recent years, enforcement directorate, it has become more stronger and stronger, and with various amendments in 2009, 2013, 2015, and 2019, and it has now teeth. That means it is become more strengthened as compared to CBA. Right? Criminal conspiracy under Section 10120B Indian Penal Code added to the PMLA schedule among the various other offences. This has over the years allowed it to enter any case where dispute diplomacy is alleged, even the principal offence is not a part of PML schedule. 2009, ED also international jurisdiction as far as tracking launder money was concerned. It has international jurisdiction. ED has been given international jurisdiction and criminal conspiracy. Right, all these things can be read by. In case of such doubts, it can be read by the enforcement directorate. Following the amendments in 2015 and 18, ED has now allowed to attach properties in India equivalent to the properties acquired hours or laundered money. Right. So ED has what very significantly, it has earned more than 1 lakh crore of money, corporate money. So it is equivalent to properties that is acquired abroad through the laundered money. So certain explanations inserted in the PMLA 2019, the government allowed ED to attach properties earned directly or indirectly through the alleged criminal activity that was related as schedule offence. There is certain explanations in the PMLA, right, that is related to properties earned directly or indirectly through alleged criminal activity. If a particular person is associated with criminal activity, then his properties can be added to the enforcement directorate. Consensus provisions. The PMLA provisions are admissibly statements made by the accused as evidence. Made by the accused as evidence. Stringent bail provisions have been most consensus. It is the only act in the country whose statements recorded before the investigating officer are admissible in the court as evidence. Right. In case of your electoral enforcement directorate, whatever state recorded statement you have given, that will be considered as an evidence. Other laws that contain such provisions, like TADA and POTA in case of terrorism, that cannot be considered as evidence in case of TADA Act. Right? The provision for bail stipulates that magistrate will not grant bail to any accused unless he is convinced that prima facie no case is made out. The provision was struck down by the Supreme Court on the ground of pre-supported trial or the stage of bail itself. But larger bench headed by the Justice M. Khalilkar 2020 upheld that validity of the provisions under PMLA, including strict bail conditions in money laundering cases. This has resulted accused of being put behind bars for the long periods without bail in offences and attract punishment ranging from 2 to 7 years. The process of punishment. So, any person who is engaged in case of money laundering or terror finance, money laundering works, he can be in prison from 2 to 7 years. Right? By money laundering act. So, criticism. What is the criticism of it is that it is targeting opposition leaders. Because it can only take a collision offence already registered by CBI and state police. Because it can only, which is baseless, right? ED officials criticism that the agency is targeting opposition leaders, which is baseless. Why? Because only if your offence is already registered with CBI or the state police, then ED can take the action. Okay. What is PML Act 2002? That is conversion of misrepresentation of money which are illegally obtained in unlawful sources or methods. That can be called as prevention of money laundering. It's a criminal offence. Charges are statutory prevention, that is provisions of Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. The PMLA enacted in response to India's global commitment, that is Vienna Convention, to combat the menace of money laundering. So, next, Enforcement Directorate. It is a specialized investigation agency under Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance. Remember, Department of Revenue, Ministry of Finance. Right. The unit is yes, 1957. It is renamed as Enforcement Directorate. It enforces Foreign Exchange Management Act 1990, FEMA Act, PML Act 2002, that Prevention of Money Laundering Act. These are the powers of Enforcement Directorate coming under Ministry of Finance and Department of Revenue. And in 2057, it is renamed as Enforcement Directorate. Earlier, it was Enforcement Unit. So, how ED functions under PMLA? ED carries out such property and seizure. Seizure of money documents after it decided money has been laundered under Section 16 of Section 17 of PMLA. If money is laundered, they get an information, then ED will carry out a search. Right. On the basis of that, the authorities decide if the arrest is needed as per Section 19. Power of arrest. ED can arrest a particular person if that is essential. Under Section 50 of the PMLA, ED can also directly carry out search and seizure without calling the person of the question. ED can carry out search and seizure without calling the person of question. It is not necessary to summon the person first and then start with the search and seizure. So they can directly carry out search and seizure without calling the person for question. So that is the power of Enforcement Directorate under PMLA. If a person is arrested, ED gets 60 days to file prosecution complaint, charge sheet. as a punishment under PMLA does not go beyond 7 years. If no one is arrested, only property is attached, then structure will be complaint along with attachment